printed on paper, students are not able to learn important tips and tricks when it comes to emotion, emotive language, and gestures that can actually heighten the engagement levels when it comes to delivering a speech. All right, so these are things that really do impact the final grade, okay, because it does fact you also have to factor in the engagement levels, how informative your child sounds. Okay, these are all things that are super important, okay, and are not highlighted enough. All right, now when it comes to this, our ebook has the our ebook has videos. Okay, we also have hymn karaoke style videos that support students in learning to speak fluently and confidently. Okay, it helps students when especially those who struggle to come up with appropriate emotions, emotive language and gestures to engage their teachers or whoever is looking whoever is marking them. All right, so these are super important. Okay, right now at the moment we also have a promotion going on. Okay, so we will be this book will be on sale. Okay, so you guys can stay on for the coupon if you guys feel like buying this book. Okay, there will be a slashed price, okay, if you were to enter the coupon that I'm giving you. Okay, so definitely stay with me and I will share the coupon in a bit. Okay, but at the same time, the current package will include 18 free videos. Okay, 18 free videos for 2023 PS oral model responses. So in total, students will be getting 28 videos. Okay, now I understand that parents might be thinking at this point, okay, so how is this going to help my child? How do I even know that the contents of this are valid? What if it's all just filler pages? What if it's just all filler content like those ebooks online? Okay, so I will be showing everyone the format as well as some example content from inside the ebook, so everyone can have a better understanding of what they might be purchasing. Okay, also I will be showing you guys some of the massive improvements that students here at Writers have achieved at this point. Okay, so it is approved to show you guys that this curriculum that we have at Writers at Work does really speak to some students and it helps them to have that massive improvement that both parents and students desire. All right, so definitely we have teachers who have been through the PSLE's season rounds and rounds of that. Okay, they've helped students through rounds and rounds of that. They know exactly what they need. Okay, so definitely it is something that is we have the resources, we are knowledgeable in that aspect, and we can definitely show and prove that through student results, student testimonials. We have a lot of success stories, and these are what I'm going to show to you. All right, okay, again, like I said, there is really no better proof of effective teaching and education than student results, success stories, and testimonials. Okay, so these are some of the results our students obtain after our classes. Okay, so if you prefer some statistics, I have them as well, and we will be showing them to you. Okay, now Writers at Work is one of the top English tuition centers in Singapore. Okay, and I'm not just saying that. 90% of our PSOE cohort have since achieved AL 1 to 4, and 90% of our secondary school cohort 3 grades of improvement. Okay, so as an established English tuition center since 2012, parents and students can truly rest assured that we have the resources needed for the success you desire. Okay, so English is a communicative skill. It is something that not only impacts exam results, but also the way we present ourselves in every stage of life. Okay, so definitely it is something that parents and students can trust. Okay, we have been here since 2012. Okay, that is 13 years or 13.5 years, counting the fact that we're already in June, right? So definitely we have the resources, we have the experience. Okay, as you can see over here on both results, we have Townham Primary School and Alexandra Primary School. Both students did exceptionally well. Both of them got full marks. Okay, we are really proud of our students, especially those who have taken our classes and then gotten that massive grade jump. Okay, we're super proud of them. Okay. Um, Also, to give everyone a better understanding of what they will be purchasing in this ebook, I will be showing everyone some of the content as well as formats used within our PSLE oral model responses ebook. Okay, so you guys can take a look here first to have a better understanding. Okay, we have included some of the pages, the 2024 cover page, the contents page for everyone's reference. All right. All right. So now this will be an example of the questions within the ebook. If you could choose, what time would you like school to start and end? Why? Hi, Mango. We just had someone called Mango come into the live just now, and then now we have someone called Mango. I feel like everyone is naming themselves after a fruit recently. Is there any reason why you named yourself Mango? Not that it's I think it's super interesting. All right. Okay. Now, I'll be showing you guys some of the syllabus change that we've had and how we will be explaining more about it later on in the booklet. Okay, for those who are looking for some extra practice when it comes to grammar, paper 2, we will be going through that as well. Okay, but this section is dedicated for students and parents who are looking for some ebook practices. Okay, or feel like maybe they are lacking a bit behind in their practices and want a bit more to, like, just boost their studies. Okay, we will have that all prepared for you. All right, so this is especially for those students. Okay, so let's carry on. Oh, when will the first live end? This one. 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay, I can plan my time. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay, over here, this is the new syllabus PSLE scoring system. Okay, it is very important to be able to grasp this because it helps you to actually plan what you're gonna how to practice, what to focus on in your studies. Okay, now when it comes to this, there has been a student change, and it's very important for parents and students alike to be able to understand as well. Okay, but just to go through a bit of what it is about. Okay, let me just show you guys. Okay, over here, previously in 2024, the medium of testing was posters. Okay, so students would be focusing on posters, but now in 2025 we have switched to photographs. Okay, this is not just a writer's work, it is the whole Singapore. The PSLE system has just changed. Okay, so we also have switched our practicing methods, and we will be moving to photographs to support that as well. Okay, so you guys can take a look. And also in 2024, we were looking at 30 marks with 15% overall, whereas 2025 was a 40 mark, is a 40 marks with 20% overall, a 5% increase. Okay, so it is so important that students are able to identify these differences and actually use it in their and actually account for that when they are practicing. All right. Now, here is the special prize and the coupon code. Okay, for those who are interested, this book that was originally $49.90 is now $44.90. Okay, do note that this package will come with 18 extra videos. Okay, so students and parents who are interested can make their purchase now. Okay, this is only for with the coupon code Tuesday 5, and it is $5 off. Okay, this is for students and parents who are interested. Repeat, this is for students and parents who are interested. All right. Okay, now what's included in this book? Everyone, please take a look with me. Okay, now over here we have the contents page, including the PSLE oral exam rubrics. Okay, so this is essentially, it is a comprehensive guide for parents and students who are still foreign towards the whole concept of PSLE oral, or they need that last brush up. They are very, very confused. Okay, this is exceptionally good for those students and parents. Okay, especially we are a few months away from PSLE themselves, and actually way too close to PSLE prelims. Okay, so it is so important that parents and students are able to grasp this at this moment of time. All right. Over here with the PSLE oral vocab guide as well, and as well as the 2024 PSLE oral and questions and suggested model responses. Okay, now the great thing about this is not only that we have written out the model responses for this, but we also have the karaoke videos. So like I mentioned before, it is a great way for students to it is a great way for students to pick up the smaller details that are not usually spoken about in other assessment books. Okay, small details such as emotive language, gestures, these are all things that can truly elevate the engagement levels of maybe the teachers or your examiner, okay? And these are not things that are brought up in popular assessment books that you have, okay? They usually are written in paper, so you won't be able to have someone to model off to see someone who's actually speaking and conversing in a way that you should be, okay? So now the great thing about our ebook is that we have these karaoke videos, so you will have the chance to see some of our teachers talking and conveying, okay, whatever you have to say, so you have someone to model after, okay? So I think that is something that is super effective and great for students who don't know where to start. All right. um, yeah, so also we have the use PEL method in PSLE oral examination. So we do talk about techniques as well. Okay, the 9 important PSLE tips, okay, like tips and tricks, strategies, these are all super important. Okay, we have to make sure that students are grasping this at this moment of time. Okay, it is, like I said, a few months away from PSLE. It's stress, everyone's stressed. All right. Mock 2025 PSLE oral questions and suggested model responses. Okay, now, so prelims are coming up. This is a great way to target those prelims because it is great for students who really need that consolidation. Okay, over here we help students to consolidate everything to create this mock exam sheets. Okay, this is definitely something that is more comprehensive. Okay, and yeah, it will just be a great resource for students to use, especially now that prelims are coming up. All right. And extra bonus, we have the 2023 PSLE oral questions and suggested model responses. Of course, we will put those that are relevant to students in 2025, okay? So definitely you don't have to worry and you can make your purchase, all right? Now, to show you guys the PSLE vocab guide and example, why using good vocab in your oral exam matters, okay? So over here, I'm just gonna roughly read to show you guys that there are actually no filler informations. These are all tips and tricks. They are hip full of tips and tricks, okay? I repeat, no filler page, not many filler pages, okay? These are all content. You are just purchasing content, okay? You're not just purchasing a book full of like filler pages. That's not it, all right? Okay. Using the right words in your oral exam is like having the perfect tools to build something special. Think about it this way: if you want to describe your favorite game to a friend, using words like fun or good doesn't tell them much, but if you say it's thrilling or challenging, you get a much better picture of what the game is really like. Okay, when you use specific and interesting words in your exam, you show your teachers 2 important things. First, you prove that you know many English words and can use them correctly. Second, you demonstrate that you really understand what you're talking about, like painting a picture of words. The more colors bracket words you have, the more beautiful and clear your picture bracket answer becomes. Okay, also when using connecting words like however or furthermore helps you to join your ideas together smoothly, just like building bridges between your thoughts. This makes answering easier to follow and more interesting to listen to. The best part is that learning to use these words does not only help you in your school years, it is a skill that will help you throughout and even when you start working in the future. Remember, good vocab is like a superpower that helps you to express yourself better and makes your ideas shine. Okay, so it's definitely explanation about why students should do certain things. We're not just telling you to do certain things. It's so important for students to not only be able to master techniques but to also learn how these techniques are helpful. Okay, I truly believe that when it comes to learning something, learning becomes way more efficient and effective when you know why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, so definitely it is so important to have these kind of explanations. Okay, now also over here we have the PSLE oral exam questions and suggested model responses. Okay, so each question stems from the student's careful recollection of the assessment experiences. Okay, so it does provide an authentic glimpse into the exam format and complexity level. Okay, we also recognize that it is very, very important for students to have that level of practice, so we have included quite a fair amount. Okay, so definitely do not worry about that. Okay, over here we also have the 2025 mock PSLE oral exam questions and suggested model responses. Okay, so it is essentially highlighting the rubrics, the main rubrics, in a way that is consolidated, in a way that's comprehensive. Okay, so what I was just showing you guys a few slides before, that was a very simple overview of it, but over here it will be gone through more in depth so students will know how to prepare. All right, like over here they say the first change is reading out loud. Okay, so the marks have gone up from 10 to 15. So before reading, you'll have some helpful information. It tells you who you're reading to, like your classmates or younger students, why you're reading it, maybe to teach something or share interesting facts, where you are, where or when you're reading, okay? So it helps you to know exactly how to read your text, just like how you change your voice when reading a story to your little sister versus in class. Okay, so these are small things that we will all be touching on in this ebook. Definitely something that will help you to elevate that experience and practice. All right. Okay. Now, this question is a question that I can imagine all parents and students are asking. Why would you choose us? Why would you choose Writers at Work? And it's a very valid question, okay? There are so many ebooks sold out there. There's so many assessment books sold out there. Why choose us? Okay, firstly, I've already shown everyone how the curriculum has benefited a lot of our students, how it has gotten some students full marks, okay? So right now we'll be going through some parent testimonials, okay? These are all Google reviews given by the parents, okay? You guys can feel free to take a look with me, okay? I'll be reading them out for you guys, okay? The teacher at WOW was extremely passionate and dedicated to improving the English standards of our child. To encourage my child into reading, the teacher brought along a few books of different genres to lend to my child. We're happy that our child has found the right genre and gained interest in reading. Thank you, Miss Afika. All right, and then we have um, Mr. Sita. This is the first year that our P6 girl is attending the enrichment class of writers, very patient and experienced teachers. My girl has improved her writing and paper too. Okay, and then finally we have this too. Okay, these are 4 out of the many pleasant reviews, very encouraging reviews that we have gotten from parents. Okay, please join us and take a look. From Betty Lynn, we have, I highly recommend Writers at Work to those who need help with composition writing. My elder son scored AL4 and P6 to AL2 in his PSLE results after joining for only 1 year. Okay, and then over here we have the parent testimonials, okay, from Venus Huang. My child was it Venice Huang? Okay. My kids have shown great improvements in their English language ever since they joined Writers at Work, and I'm glad that we have found WOW. Okay. Okay, so definitely here are our teachers, all right? It is so important for parents and students to be able to understand who our teachers are and teachers who have worked so hard for this curriculum. Okay, so do join us. Okay, over here you can see we for our teachers we do have lesson preparation training. Okay, these are all things that we work on with our teachers. We always have we consistently have these kind of improvements for our teachers, okay, to make sure they're always on top of the latest updates when it comes to PSLE and always on top of learning strategies that they can contribute to our students, okay? So we help them to understand curriculum frameworks to incorporate innovative teaching methods, okay? And essentially this training equips WOW teachers with the confidence they need. Okay, this is something that is so important. We definitely always want a teacher who's important and confident in what they're teaching, okay? So these are things we do at WOW. Okay, in terms of ebooks, okay, we have a huge variety, not just the oral ebooks, we also have model composition ebooks, we have grammar ebooks, as well as editing ebooks. So we have a huge variation, and some of them are sold in bundle deals, okay? So for those who are looking for a bit more value, for those who are looking for more opportunities to learn, okay, definitely scan the QR code over here and feel free to get to review our ebooks. All right, over here at the top we have Writers at Work series podia.com. This is the URL for our ebook station, okay? So you guys can feel free to go in there and take a look as well, okay? It is our Podia site and we have a huge amount of ebooks over there, okay? Both ways are okay, whichever is to your convenience. All right, now that it is 3 o'clock, I hope that everyone has a firm understanding of what we are offering here at Writers at Work. I will be moving on to explain the grammar ebooks, okay, so that everyone can have an understanding of what they will be getting, okay? So let's move on. Okay, can we play a promo video while I switch over? Yes, sir. Can. Okay. Okay, so now we will be going through some questions from this ebook. Okay, so this is the 1000 PSLE grammar MCQs practice. Okay, so I will be going through some questions and everyone can join me to take a look. Okay, over here we have the master popular tested PSLE questions. Okay, so everyone can join me to take a look. These are questions that are more likely to come out. We have consolidated these question types and have added them to this ebook. Okay, so please join us. Okay. The doctor reminded her patient that their next session is scheduled blank Monday. Okay. So over here, these are questions that we will be going through. And yeah, for students, feel free to follow along and work on. All right. Yeah, okay. Understand. All right. So similar questions.
It's more of like the sections or the concept because it's recyclable.
Okay, okay. Okay, over here, question 1, or in this case, question 11. The doctor reminded her patient that the next session is scheduled blank Monday. Okay, so these are our options. We have option 2, option by, and option on, and option pass. All right. Um, the viewers, should we restart? Should we restart? The thing's not going up, it's just going down.
That time you guys restarted.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait, I ask again. Yes, sure.
Okay. Okay, over here we have question 11. Okay, so let's take a look. For those who might know the answer, feel free to type in what you think the answer is. Okay, the doctor's reminded her patient that their next session is scheduled. Okay, now when we over here we see, let's see the options. We see days of the week. These are days of the week. Teacher, I'm back. Hi. Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong. How are you? What were you doing just now? All right, do you know the answer by any chance? All right. I remembered. See? All right. Now let's break down the options. Okay. Now, to usually refers to direction. Okay. And over here, we're talking about a day or time. Tree. Okay, Hong Kong says tree. Circle tree. Okay, day or time. Okay, and when we say by, we usually is scheduled. Okay, so we're talking about something that has already been done. Okay, and if we're talking about by, you're usually referring to a certain deadline. So if your teacher is telling you that please finish something by, they refer to a deadline. Okay, but over here in this case, when you say past, it means something has already happened, and on refers to the specific date.
You have to.
Hong Kong, we will be restarting the live